Hi, I'm Max, and welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. We've got a great show today, and of course you can see I'm flying solo because Denise is under the weather. We're wishing that she has a speedy recovery and she'll be back for the next show. Some of the things we're going to be talking about is an interview we did with Acute Inflections. They're a group out of New York, a husband and wife duo, and they're doing some great things all around the country. Also, we're going to catch up with Lucretia's restaurants and see what's happening on what's cooking with Lucretia. Also, the D9 Comedy Show. The IOTAs brought them here for their regional conference, and it was just a lot of information, a lot of great times. It was a packed weekend. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The show is the best that there is, period.
Don't you make me...
Oh, I ain't working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. This the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your number one station for R&B, Magic 101.
Well, we got an opportunity to catch up with a duo called Acute Inflections. It's a husband and wife team, and they do something really cool and very unique from a jazz perspective. So take a look at this. Well, I'm here with Siddiqui and Elle with Acute Inflections. They're out of New York City, and they do something that's really fabulous as it relates to jazz. And first of all, welcome to Kentucky.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, excited to be here.
So tell us about your stage show, how you got together, how this all started, and why it's so phenomenal. Who wants to start?
Okay, you just asked like 17 questions, so I'll take one. The show is a mix of music and comedy and some storytelling, also a fundraiser for some charities in New York that we support. And it's a blend of all those things and kind of helps us relive what the energy was like, the vibe was like during the 1920s and the Harlem Renaissance, where artists were more transparent and spontaneous and connected more with the audience.
So, Elle, when did you all know that this was going to be such a big success?
When people kept asking for it, kept coming back. I think it was inspired by the pandemic. We used to do these virtual shows and people loved it because we were just being natural because we were home. So they just wanted to see that in their own cities. So more people kept asking and we kept going to their cities, and here we are, Soulful Sounds across the country.
So how do you all balance home life and being on the road so much?
It's not really a balance. When you're home, you're preparing for tour. When you're touring, you're touring. And I think when we go on vacation is when we can actually relax and establish some balance. But most of the time, you're either working and actually doing the thing or just preparing to do the work.
So for someone that doesn't know about your show and they're coming for the first time, what's going to be a takeaway for them? You know, what can they expect?
I expect to be inspired to make a difference in the world, to not take life so seriously, laugh, experience, live, love especially, forgive. There's a lot of things. Each show is a little different, but those are definitely some takeaways.
So if people want to find out more about your show and where you're going to be next and how they can support you, how can they get that information?
On our website, acuteinflections.com is where you can get all of the information, upcoming dates. You can also follow us on social media if you're addicted to that, and find us at Acute Inflections, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the social media outlets.
And one last question, how did you come up with the name Acute Inflections?
We wanted something that would make people think, and being that we were so minimal, we thought acute. And inflections because we're so minimal, there's so much inflections going on in the music, so we figured that would make people think, and it kind of represents us. And I'm Acute, and he's Inflections.
And so we're still here enjoying. For all the attendees, I want to know your name.
Tanya Trice.
Kenneth Trice.
So how did you all find out about tonight's event?
Facebook. I saw an ad on Facebook, and I said, it seems to be pretty cool, and got some tickets, and here we are.
So to say, I guess you do like jazz?
Love it. Anywhere we can go to hear it, we're there.
And you mentioned comedy because that's the other aspect, surprising, that I thought would make a good mixture.
Yes, that's what I saw as well on the website when I clicked on the link. And I said, it's a pretty cool show, so let's check it out.
Okay, and they travel all around and coming out of New York, so I'm excited as well.
We're excited about it, so yes, definitely.
Perfect close to Valentine's weekend as well. I know it's a new week, but Valentine continue.
It's every day. And here are some more attendees, and I want you to introduce yourself.
Charles Starworth.
LaDawn Starworth.
So let me know how you all found out about this concert tonight and what your expectations are.
Facebook. Actually, I'm looking forward to see a young black couple do music, and I'm willing to support them at any means, support our own.
And what are your expectations for tonight and for enjoyment?
To hear some great music and just enjoying the environment.
So I could take it that you all like jazz and smooth jazz?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Well, enjoy, and I'll see you in there.
Thank you.
And it's filling in with an audience of robust jazz lovers, and here are more, and you are?
Paula Comer.
And
I'm Gene Zipperly.
And so I have to ask, this is so unique. How did you all find out about tonight's event?
I saw it online on Instagram and Facebook.
And what are your expectations for tonight?
We're hoping to have a lot of fun, just a great group. It looked like a lot of fun. The people looked like they were going to have a great time and do a lot of dancing and things. And we like jazz, and we just don't have enough of it here. So here we are.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by, and enjoy tonight, and I'm looking forward to it as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, if you didn't catch Acute Inflections when they were here in Louisville, they're going to be in Lexington, so be sure to go to the website, check them out. They're definitely worth seeing. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
Let's go! Because you won't want to get out of the car when the Streets Morning Takeover is on the Ville's #1 for hip-hop.
Early in the morning.
Well, the IOTAs were having their regional conference this past weekend, and they put together a D9 comedy show. I got an opportunity to catch up with some of the comics that were going to be entertaining and give you a little bit of backstory on the event. So take a look at this. We're here at the Muhammad Ali Center for the IOTA Phi Theta meet and greet, and that's a whole lot to say. But they're having a comedy show tonight, so they have got a lot of the comedians that are representing the Divine Nine, so you can expect a fabulous show. I'm not going to even try to introduce everybody by name. I'm going to pass the mic around.
Comedian Meech Dog out of Louisville, Kentucky.
Comedian Spike Lee, Cleveland, Ohio.
Trey Fontaine, Dayton, Ohio.
Comedian Tanja D out of Shreveport, Louisiana.
I'm saving the best for last.
Eric Kimbrough out of Louisville, Kentucky. Yo, baby.
So tell us how all you all came up with the concept, and I'm going to start with you.
Meech gave me the concept. Meech reached out to me, and I said, of course, because, hey, he knows the AKA who's funny. First and the finest.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Meech is probably the catalyst who you need to talk to on this. He called me and said, hey, man, what you doing such and such a date? I said, nothing. He said, man, I got a show for you. Come on. So we here, man. We here.
So, Meech?
Yes, sir.
Take it from there.
I got a call from one of the good brothers of IOTA Phi Theta. He told me, hey, we're doing a comedy show. I said, man, why don't you make it all, kind of Greek? And that's what we came up with. And I told him about his own brother that's a comedian. So he jumped on board. We got the AKs, the Kappas, and the IOTAs. It's going to be a great show tonight. Yeah, real live cute dog. Yeah. You say that the IOTAs for last, the real live cute dog. So I'm just happy to be here. And then I'm so glad that the cameraman is IOTA, and he's a graduate of Morehead State University. So that's why I'm representing my university. So we're glad to be here, man.
Now, is this something that's going to be one and done? Is this something you're all going to take on the road and try to do it, keep repeating it?
It's definitely an opportunity for us to be on the road with it, with just us right here. So, I mean, it's a show, but, of course, we wouldn't want to not bring, like, the Zetas in, the Deltas, Sigma Gamma Rhos, and the Sigmas. But as of now, everybody's intact. We do have an Alpha that's the DJ, so we're ready to roll. If you want to take us on the road, holler at my manager. He's here tonight,
So what's it like being a stand-up comedian, being responsible for bringing laughter and making people feel good, definitely during these crazy times?
I think it's amazing, man. It's a great opportunity to just talk to the people as one of the people. You know what I mean? Be very relatable. And, of course, I don't know but every comedian has, like, a glitch. We got this glitch that we can't take anything seriously. So we'll take, like, a tragedy and crack jokes about it. You know what I mean? Right? Like, a lot of us was class clowns, used to get in trouble back in school, and now we get paid. It's a weird thing.
I think in times like these, most times for us in America anyway, comedians make the medicine taste a little better. You know what I mean? And I think the greatest comedians, the ones that we hold on the highest pedestals, are the ones who are able to show us ourselves without making us feel terrible about being so messed up.
And you being the only female on the bunch, and a member, of course, as you said, of AKA, and I love AKAs because my mother and sister are AKAs, wife and daughter are Delta, so I'm a house equally divided.
Okay. I love it. I love the fact that Meech liked my style of comedy. I'm actually, that's so close. I'm actually a preacher and a Sunday school teacher. And so my comedy came out of hurt. So I realized that you could take that same thing that hurt you and flip it and make it funny. So now you can change your whole perspective based on how you change your way of thinking. So I take that same thing that used to make me cry and make me laugh now. So that's what I do. I try to teach people, don't dwell on what has happened. Let's do something different, right? And that's what I do. I take that same thing, so everything I talk about is real, but I just flip it and make it funny.
And Eric, of course, we've talked many a times, seen your show. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep it funny? And, what do you say for that comedian that's up and coming that'd love to be where you all are at some point in time?
If you're an up and coming comedian, quit. Don't do it. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. Doing comedy took my hairline away, man. It's a struggle, man. But nah, you just keep it fresh. But the thing, look at all the dudes. They ain't got no hair. It's that comedy, man. It's that comedy. That's what it is. It's just, man, you just keep it fresh, going through everyday things. Everything you see is a comedic moment, a comedy moment, a situation. You can flip every life thing into a joke or something funny. And so that's how I keep it fresh. I pretty much just do what happens to me. I just tell my story. That's it.
Now, all of you all on the road right now, and if not, where can people find you and how can they find your show?
I tell you, the only shows I promote, well, I'll be in Dayton, I think, the beginning of next month. But the only show I promote here in Louisville, because I know this play in Louisville, is I got a show July 3rd at the Louisville Comedy Club. It sells out every year, and I also do a pre-Thanksgiving show every year at the Louisville Comedy Club. So everybody in Louisville, come out. Let's keep selling it out so we can go from one show to 5 shows.
Oh, well, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Comedian Tanja D, the ton of fun. Please like and follow me, okay?
You can follow me on Facebook, Demetrius Wheeler. My next up-and-coming show is the Real Men of 1911 Comedy Tour in Destin, Florida, the 11th of April, and then I'm back here the 12th of April at the Louisville Comedy Club, So Funny Sundays.
All my social medias is Uncle Lou 216, Uncle LOU 216. Follow me.
I have to admit, it was hilarious catching up with this group of comedians. I see how they kind of just bounce off each other and keep the energy going, and it was just a lot of fun. So if you missed them, watch their websites, look at their social media pages, but wherever they're performing, you definitely want to check them out. We'll be right back.
What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the Destination Smooth Jazz Series. I'll be there on June 6th with my good friend, Lynn Roundtree, and we gonna have a party, you guys. So go get your tickets. It will be held at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. So yeah, I'll see y'all real soon. And don't forget, we gonna party, all right?
Before Denise got under the weather, she got an opportunity to catch up with a poet who has some local ties. He is doing some big things, so take a look at this.
If you've ever heard of the phrase poetry in motion, you'll understand why I am so delighted that I'm going to introduce you to a phenomenal artist who has written his 4th book of poetry. I want to introduce you to Mr. Mitchell L.H. Douglas. And Mitchell, welcome to Urban Lifestylez.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was reading, not familiar with all your works, but this particular piece of work really had me fascinated. And I want you to share with the audience today, first of all, your background, how you're from Louisville, your parents here, and how you got into your profession, and also touch where you are a professor and so forth. And then we're going to jump into this beautiful piece of work.
I was born here in Louisville, so this, Louisville is important to me. My father, Dr. Robert L. Douglas, was professor of Pan-African Studies and Art History at the University of Louisville. My dad, being a painter, had a lot to do with why I felt comfortable being an artist as a kid. So just it was a natural kind of segue. There is a story where I did, I asked if I could do graffiti on my bedroom, and he said no, but I did it anyway. So, this is the kind of things that happened in our house. But it was just like there was art, in the house, and his art, And after I did it, he was like, okay. Then I went to college, and it was gone. So, but I was, I was inspired, and I would say now, even so with my fourth book, it's so funny because I've done the art for the cover, and I feel like I'm, following in my dad's footsteps that way. I think I'm gonna spend more time. There's going to be more time kind of integrating the poetry and the art after this, but I was so far away from the art that I didn't even think about doing the cover myself, which is kind of strange to say, but there was a point where I went to University of Kentucky undergrad, and I was studying, I was an English major, right? Wrote for the school paper, also the Kernel, but so journalism was the first profession. But when I was there, at some point I decided like, I was gonna have to stop the art classes and focus, if I wanted to be a better poet, and focus on the poetry. Which seems kind of strange to say maybe now. It's just like, why not try both? But there was something I wanted to focus, and I think it just, it kind of worked. I was at home during the pandemic with my daughter Nia, and who's also an artist. She's a musician, plays several instruments. My kids are the artists that I want to be. My son Mitchell also went to UK. He's was an art history major. He's also a visual artist. So I'm at home with Nia, and she's painting, and I'm looking at her paintings, and was like, I haven't done my own art in so long. Like, why don't I get back to it? And it just so happened that it ended up being collage, and collage was like this immediate thing. And having already had this affinity with art, it's like from my dad and my uncle, my Uncle John, who was a Rhode Island School of Design graduate, and he's like, so I had these painters early in my life. I was like, I knew each one of my covers needed to be black art, because there was always some black art on the cover of my book. And it just so happened that I started doing those collages and being inspired by my daughter's work to get back into my own. And now I'm doing it on a regular basis, and it feels like the poetry and the art are going really, really well and kind of working together now.
Let's touch on you still maintaining your discipline, because you're a professor of an ed.
So I'm associate professor of English at Indiana University, Indianapolis. A lot of people used to know it as IUPUI, but now it's just Indiana University, right into Indianapolis. So I'm associate professor of English, teach mostly creative writing classes. So I'm teaching poetry classes like intro to advanced classes. Like I have an advanced class now, which is my favorite class to teach, because I have my students reading like 5 books of poetry a semester, like newer books, and then we examine, the poems, but also the way that they're structured, the order that the books are put in, and then we work on that as a class. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of books, let's get to this book. I'm very fascinated because you did the cover of the art. Tell me about how you came up with the title of the book and basically what it consists of, because I was intrigued when I read about maybe your inspiration for this poetry and about the hip hop portion of it, that you prefer not quiet country setting, but the bustling of cities. So let's talk about the title, how you came up with this, and so forth.
Yeah, this, I don't know, I think in terms of the collages I've done, this is my favorite piece of work. And so there was one point that it was at the Indianapolis International Airport as a mural. For a little while it was a temporary mural, but had great exposure there. And this just kind of goes to my style specifically. Thinking about me as a city person, it is kind of like you see, it's like a young black boy kind of playing in this imaginary city, right? So this is not a picture of me, but it's a representation of me. And this is kind of like my imagination of kind of being this, I always say that I'm a city mouse, right? I like the music of the city, right? I like and how hip hop is so ingrained in me. That's a lot of what this book is. You'll recognize a lot of Louisville in this book, and I was the kid that we would go to hip hop shows and we would try to meet the stars after the show and give them our demo tape. So we were the people that you didn't want to see at the show. The people that make songs about that, right? Like, so some of those experiences are in the book, and I met a lot of famous people that inspired us. But the interesting thing is that they never said no. Like, they never turned us away, right? And I think that was because some of them were so close to our age, and that hip hop was so new. They were really welcoming to us, and and it took me a while before I realized that. I was like, why aren't they just like get out of my face? Like, I had this whole thing with De La Soul one time that was hilarious. Like, I was trying to interview them because that was the other thing I wanted to do. Right when I was going to UK, I wanted to. I was writing for the student newspaper. I was like, yeah, but I want to go national and be this music writer, right? So I'm trying to interview De La Soul before a show. I didn't know at that time. I was like, oh, like interviews, you need to schedule an interview, not just pop up on somebody and try to interview them. And Dave, like, bless Dave's heart, rest in peace, Dave. Thank you, Dave, right? Dave was just like, he was like done. He was not trying to interact with me at all. It was one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me. But also, just like, we did not back down, right? We were just like, if we wanted to get our art out, it was like, here it is.
Well, he has an excellent book of poetry, so be sure to go to his website, find him on social media, but it's something you definitely want to have on your coffee table. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
Louisville, Kentucky. Let's get ready, because it's about to go down. It's going back to get real smooth. Yo, I'm Lynn Roundtree, the soul trumpeter, and I'm bringing that Detroit soul your way. Joining me, the incredible Jeanette Harris, so you already know it's going to be a whole vibe when we get together. We're taking live music, wine, spirits, tasting, cigars, culture, energy. This is not just a concert, it's an experience. Saturday, June 6th, the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. The doors open at 6, show starts at 7. Tickets available now on Eventbrite, so don't wait. Pull up, bring your people, meet me there. Destination Smooth Jazz. Yo, where soul lives. Peace, love, and soul. Your boy Lynn Roundtree out.
Show is the best that there is. Period.
Yeah, don't you make me.
Oh, I ain't working around. We are here as usual.
That's too much. This the one.
We right here.
You wake up and catch me from 6 to 10 on your #1 station for R&B, Magic 101.
What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to. What's up, Louisville? This is your girl saxophonist, Jeanette Harris, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the Destination Smooth Jazz Series. I'll be there on June 6th with my good friend, Lynn Roundtree, and we gonna have a party, you guys. So go get your tickets. It will be held at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. So yeah, I'll see y'all real soon. And don't forget, we gonna party, all right?
Well, every month we get some cooking tips from Lucretia's Kitchen. So today, let's find out what's cooking with Lucretia.
Hi, I'm Lucretia of Lucretia's Kitchen. Thanks, Max and Denise. I am looking forward to sharing my award-winning recipes with you all each month. My story started back in 1967 with my grandfather, who started the Dairy Snack and Mr. Thompson's Barbecue. And I know if you're from Louisville, Kentucky, you've heard of Mr. Thompson's Barbecue right there at 15th and Broadway. And I'm still here today keeping that legacy alive at Love at First Bite. What makes our chicken so great is the crunch. It's the batter, it's the seasoning, right? And it doesn't take much, but it started with my mother, who used to fry chicken for the family, the neighborhood, and all. And I was always right there hanging onto her leg, watching her batter the chicken. And I tell you, we got the notoriety through Southern Living magazine, who came to Louisville, Kentucky, tasted our chicken, and guess what? They also said love at first bite. And here we are, not only with the #1 chicken here in Louisville, Kentucky, but #4 nationwide. At Lucretia's Kitchen, we offer all kind of services to meet your needs, from catering to meal prep, and we also have an event space upstairs here called the Rooftop on Oak. If you want to get in touch with us, you could give us a call at 502-294-8143, and we're also located in Old Louisville at 617 West Oak Street on the corner of 7th and Oak, where it's always love at first bite.
Great to be outside because it's my time of year, because we're switching over to summer. And speaking of summer, our first concert of the summer is coming up on June the 6th, and it's Destination Smooth Jazz featuring Lynn Roundtree and Jeanette Harris. It's going to be a fantastic evening. Come out for wine and bourbon tastings. We've got food vendors, retail vendors. We've got a fantastic chef. It's going to be Lucretia's Kitchen and just a whole lot more. So if you don't have your tickets, be sure to go to Better Days Records at 921 Barrett Avenue, or you can get your tickets on eventbrite.com. Well, that's our show, and that's our time, and we'll see you back here next time on Urban Lifestyles. And remember to take the shot and stay safe. Bye.